Hey folks, it's Jang here with a look at a LEGO Minecraft set. This is the End, or the Ender Dragon. It's a 634 piece set officially. First things first, we have the dragon itself. Aw, look at the dragon, it's so adorable! Aw, it's such a cute Ender Dragon. This is a pretty cool little LEGO build, very authentic to LEGO styles, using normal LEGO pieces. We've gotten these wings before, they're just in black here. All the other stuff is just standard LEGO construction. I really appreciate that they didn't bring in any new pieces to pull this off. And I think it looks pretty good personally. It has a ton of posability with the neck being all ratcheted. All the ratcheted hinge joints are used, so you can bring it down and up. You can also change the angles of the tail. You can see you can make it nice and curvy like that. Of course, you can straighten it out if you want to. It's all very simple and straightforward. The legs are able to ratchet at the knees, also down at the feet, so you can kind of make them just hang back or kind of lean back like that in the air. You can see that the legs up at the upper joints are also able to move forward and back. You can also bring those in and out. It's those double axis joints. Plenty of strength in all of those joints, so it's going to hold any pose that you put it in as long as it's balanced. And then here also for the forward legs, or the arms if you will, you've got single axis here and single axis here, and then a ball joint here, so you can really move around the shoulder joint. Too bad that these are in light gray, or only available in light gray so far. They didn't bring a new color in for us for those, but it works well. And then the face, I guess it's pretty important to look at the face. You see you've got just a printed brick right there, and also a printed tile down here. So those are the only things that bring in the pixel scale designs in there. Personally, I still think it looks pretty good. You got the little ears or horns up there. You can actually angle those a little bit. I appreciate the way that those are stacked actually. Just makes it look more pixel-like. You also got the little spines going along the back. The most interesting feature about this is something that's not obvious. Whoa, yeah, the ability to completely pop the head off. No, that's not an intentional feature. No, it's the flying feature. You can actually flap the wings. This right here, it's an almost free-floating little stack of plates, and it's able to move up and down in a groove right there. See, it's just filling up that space. It's able to move up and down. The weight of the wings normally pulls them down, but you can push basically on levers inside of there. It's all just a very simple thing, and you can just make this thing fly. That's perfect. I like that. That's great for kids. You can actually feel the wind under here. I think it looks good. I think it really works well. This to me is a successful design. Then we come to the terrain, the actual surface of the End island or asteroid or whatever it actually is. You get 3 of those pylons, the obsidian pylons, little towers in different heights. They really took liberties with the scale here, because this is supposed to be minifig scale, and you can see that those towers are obviously quite very short, all of them, for what they're supposed to be compared to the scale in game. But I still think they look pretty good. They just don't get across the feeling of just having those huge tall towers that you need to get up. To get the obsidian kind of look in there, you see they just brought in some purple 1x1 pieces, just at regularly spaced intervals. I think it looks okay, you know, not great. And then up on top, you've got the little crystal, little regen crystal. I think these actually look pretty cool. It's an interesting choice. There are a lot of different ways that you could try to translate this concept into LEGO, and I think the way that they did it is acceptable. I think it gets the point across of what it's supposed to be. And for play value, they made it so that you can extinguish these. You can destroy them effectively by just pulling the thing out. See, now it's not there anymore. The tallest tower back here also has an additional feature where it has a light brick in it. So if you push down on the thing from the top, it'll light up. You can see that the red is coming through there. Let me turn down the lights a little bit. There, now you can see this a little bit better, how that just lights up. It's the wrong color, I would say, but I appreciate the idea. It's too bad that only one of these is able to light up. The other ones are just made of regular bricks. They also include a very small version of the portal back home here. You've got your torches around the edges, and that's supposed to be kind of the void that shows where you'd actually go in. Really, really scaled down to its smallest possible way of being translated to anything you could call minifig scale. This is a little bit disappointing. I like the pylon right there, but I wish that the base was a little bit bigger. Obviously, this is the egg, and I think that that's cool. It's a different way than they have done these in the past. Previously, they would have put a piece on the inside that would have been like some kind of rod, some kind of bar would have been put on the inside, and they would have used two of this piece, one on top of the other, possibly with a plate in between. But nowadays, they've got these pieces, which are relatively new to the Lego inventory, and they've given it to us now in black. This is going to be a very useful and interesting piece for custom builders, but these go together to make a nice little, well, a nice big dragon egg. The last terrain piece that we get is a player spawn platform. It's got torches on it, and it's just a very basic base, and that'll take us on to the player figure. So obviously this is a Steve with all diamond accoutrement, with including the diamond pants that he has on. He's got the medium azure color there. Of course, he would not actually be dual wielding in the real Minecraft. I just wanted to show that it does include two weapons there, one long range and one standard diamond sword. Doesn't look enchanted or anything, but you could pretend that it's enchanted. And I'll also take off the armor just so that you can confirm what's going on underneath there, in order to not be ridiculously repetitive with these. I'm not going to go through talking about the size and shape of the head and just repeating that every single time I review one of these sets. I'm going to do a separate video that covers in detail all of the new unique features of these Minecraft specific mobs and player figures. Speaking of mobs, you get 3 Endermen in this set, all built in identical ways, and you can see that they are carrying little blocks of material there. And the most interesting thing about these to me, well, first of all, you get heads, and the heads are interchangeable with regular minifigures. But as you look at this from the back, look at those bodies very carefully. Look at the seams, the lines. Yeah, it's mostly all one piece. One piece. See, all that right there, that's all one single new piece. So most of the whole body of the thing is not really usable for anything else. I mean, it's an interesting shape. I'm sure that it can be used for other stuff, but it's designed to just be an Enderman body. That's more than a little bit disappointing to me that Lego did that and they didn't make something just completely brick and plate built. One last thing I need to point out about these Endermen is that when they are carrying a block, they will not stand up on their own unless you put them onto a studded base. There's just too much weight in the front. With no block though, they are able to stand up just fine, and they do look appropriately very creepy. So the set's called the Ender Dragon, and I think that the Ender Dragon that they included here is great. Sure, they could have made it twice as big, 3 times big, 10 times big. Everybody wants everything to be bigger, but I think that this is reasonably sized, and for the size at which they designed it, I think it looks really good, and I really like the flapping wing feature. Steve with the diamond armor and sword, very good. My thoughts on the Enderman, I just gave you that. All the terrain stuff, to me, really just not that great to look at. I feel like they didn't do a great job with the original The End Micro World set, and maybe it's not Lego, maybe it's The End itself. It just doesn't make a good subject for this kind of design work, at least to release as a product. As it is for me right now, this is for the most part a Dragon versus Steve set, and all the other stuff I kind of look at as just extra parts to build custom stuff with. Please share your thoughts down in the comments, what you think about the dragon in this set, what you think about the Enderman, and what you think about the terrain and the towers and stuff. I'm definitely interested to hear what other folks think. While you're leaving your comments, I'm going to go build some more sets so I can bring you more videos, and I will be talking to you again very soon.